ups and downs in my career. Somebody is starting right now, they can absolutely grow, in a very good way. Like if they are giving 100%, definitely they can do that. Balancing like personal life and this professional life, it's like completely different.
What inspired you to pursue a career as a DJ?
Well, in my childhood days, I was totally into music. When I was like 5, 6 years old, I used to listen to the radios. And back in those days, like they were. I didn't discover the electronic part of music. So then later on, when I went down, like maybe in 2008 or something like that, I started to listen electronic music. Then I started to listen artists like Afrojack, David Guetta, and Hardwell, and lots of people were doing best or in the game actually. So since then, I started to discover electronic music, and I totally got into it, and that's how I started my career.
What has been the biggest challenges you have faced in your career as a DJ? How did you overcome it?
Well, being a DJ, it's not so easy. Like people see the only output of the artist, but balancing like personal life and this professional life, it's like completely different. And we have to go through lots of consequences, especially when it comes to family and friends and the background part. And again, the second part is like the professionally, when you're doing good, if something bad happens in your like maybe personal life, we need to balance on that. So I have been through like lots of ups and downs in my career, when it comes to getting gigs earlier stage and going out and networking with people. So this has been a lot of challenges for me.
How did you first get started in the DJ industry?
So I'll tell you a little. I haven't disclosed this yet. So this is my first interview. I'll be disclosing it. Well, so back in those days, I didn't have any sources. So when my parents used to send tuition, I used to sneak out to the cyber, and I used to go and Google and YouTube regarding the DJing and even the music productions. So from then, like I started to research about it. Then later on, I started to produce music. Like step by step, I started to learn. It took me almost like 3, 4 years. So before I became a DJ, I used to be a music producer. So that's how I learned this. Then I got into DJing.
How do you stay up to date with the new music trends in the industry?
Well, these right now the sources on internet, it's like completely it's like next level as of now. Because back in those days when I started, they were like very little source, but right now it's very easy. Just go online, listen to all the artists, discover like very underground artists who has like, because in this industry, you can find artists who has very less followers on social media, but who are doing way more better on their like music production part, because they'll be lacking of the marketing and things like that. I just go and discover the new sound. Like if it fits my set or something like that, if it's fit my music taste, I'll just download it and I'll just start performing live, on my concerts.
What advice would you give to someone just starting in the DJ industry?
Well, so somebody is starting right now, they can absolutely grow, in a very good way. Like if they are giving 100%, definitely they can do that. The thing is, we have a source right now. So just get into the industry, learn about music, learn about the industry, like how it was in the past and how it's going right now. What is the sound right now? Because everybody has a different sound. And one more thing, the main thing is like you need to learn how to network. So once you start learning about networking, definitely like you can get lots of gigs. You can release lots of musics as well.
How important is networking in the DJ industry? What strategies do you use to build the relationship?
Well, networking is like I'll give top tier for that. The thing is like I go to clubs. Sometimes. I just meet some of the people in event industry, and sometimes I just socialize with people, as in like I'll just DM them, like if you're hosting event, I'll just send them a profile or something like that. And again, if some of your friends are playing in any clubs or any shows or something like that, so when we go there, so we need to socialize with the people, a bunch of people who's working in an event industry.
How do you handle criticisms or negative feedbacks, and what strategies you use to stay motivated?
Well, this is a very good question. So people, most of the people, they are attracted to negativity, and meanwhile, they'll be having a positive side of it. But then just imagine, like, if somebody is criticizing you, you just need to think only one thing. So if people are not talking about, I mean, if people are not talking shit about you, you're doing nothing. So, we need to just motivate ourselves like that, and we need to keep going. And one more thing matters is your circle, like whoever your friend circle, or like, the people who are with you right now. Like, if they are supporting you, definitely keep them. And if your circle is like very small, that's the best part. Like, people should motivate you, they shouldn't be like demotivating you.
What skills do you think are the most important for focus as a DJ?
Yeah, definitely. Sound music production makes a huge impact. But when it comes to DJing, the main thing, we need to learn about the basics, like how do we beat match, and how do we mix in keys. So how do we, change from one genre to another genre. So these things like matters a lot in DJing. And when it comes to music production, the quality of the sound, and maybe discovering a new sound, like a signature sound. So if there is something like maybe if you introduce something new to the industry, you'll be definitely popping out in the industry. So everybody wants to listen something very new and unique.
How has the DJ industry evolved since you first started, and what do you think the future holds?
Okay, so back then when I started, it was like completely pure electronic dance music. Artists like Swedish House Mafia, Tiesto, David Guetta, and like these people were like completely rocking the industry. They have seen almost like 2 decades of the industry. Getting the life for house music, birth of house music. And again, when I started, it was like completely EDM, and pop culture was completely rising. But right now, things are like completely different. People are going to after especially after COVID, they want to listen new sound. They just want to listen underground sounds, something like techno. And some of the part of the world, like they love tech house as well. And some part of the world, they love EDM even now. And I think future, we might listen some more new genres. Maybe the artists like David Guetta and Martin, they just created a new sound called future rave. So maybe somebody will come up developing some more new sounds.
How important is education or formal training in music production and sound engineering for success as a DJ?
It depends, because see, you need not to completely go through this educational things. Like, I mean, I'm talking about the music schools or something like that. If you have a skills, like if you can understand what is music, you can just go through online and you can learn it. Because that's how I learned. Like on maybe Google and YouTube, that's the best like a teacher for me. So that's how, like if you go online, there are like multiple sources as of right now. Like you can find so many things, like music tutorials. And even again, there are some courses, online courses going on right now. So it's all about like technology. Our technology is like super fast right now, so we can utilize that.
What is your education background?
Okay, so I'm a student of like a BHRD, Bachelor of Human Resource Development. But I dropped out my college in second year degree. The thing is, like, I couldn't go with the education things, because meanwhile I had a bookings back to back, and I had to drop my college off.
What have been some of the biggest mistakes or failures you are experienced in your career as a DJ, and what you have learned from them?
Okay, so earlier I'm a person kind of very introvert, and I wasn't used to like socialize with a lot of people. So then later on, when I went out away from my hometown, because usually I just make music and I'll be inside, so I rarely meet my friends and things like that. So this has been like very big mistake for me, because when I get out, I can socialize with people, I can network with them, and I can get a bookings or something like that. So I realized this maybe after like 5 6 years, like after I started my career. Then I just started to go out and socialize with people, and started to chat with people and things like that. So until then I was kind of introvert, and even now, like, I'm kind of introvert, but I'm in between.
What are your future goals and aspirations for your career as a DJ?
Well, I have like very huge plans. As of now, I have some very huge announcements coming up because me and there is my set of team, my set of people. So we are planning up something huge for the upcoming years, as in international tours and international collabs, and even releasing my music in a major labels.
What qualities and skills do you look for when hiring DJs for your business?
Yeah. So the first part, I look into their music and how long they've been DJing and how long, they uh, been into this industry, and do they know the entire part of industry, like music wise, depends on the genre. So again, if someone is versatile, I'll even look into that. If it's a private event, definitely, we need to look into versatile DJ. So when it comes to a club show, or maybe a festival, so it depends on the client. Like if they're asking for a DJ, one who's having a very good skill in techno or maybe EDM or anything like that. So music taste, matters a lot to me, and even the skills like beat matching and things like that.
What experience or qualifications do you typically require from job applicants for a DJ?
I don't think so. We need a completely very good experience or something like that. The person needs to have a knowledge about the music, knowledge about, I mean, a skill in DJing. Main thing is uniqueness. That's how the industry standard goes on.
How important is strong personal brand or social media presence in the hiring process for a DJ position?
Well, so in right now we are in 2023, so definitely everybody will be having a social media, even a small kid. So this one, it makes very much sense, because one of the few artists, like I said earlier, so they'll be having a very good music productions, music releases, and even they'll be having a very good DJ set and things like that. They perform really good. But then when social media right now, like if they have a very less followers, or maybe like less engagement, so right now, a few organizers, they just look into the social media presence. That's very much required, because see, back in those days, there was no like Instagram or maybe like Facebook. Yeah, there was. I mean, this kind of social media, but people never used to look their followers or anything. They just need. They were looking on the music over there. So, but right now, it depends on the verification and again the followers and engagement. What are the audience they have built? It really matters a lot.
What are the some of the biggest challenges DJs face in the industry?
The first one is the song requests. So this has been happening in all the clubs. Like people just come and randomly ask about can you just play this song or something like that. It's like too bad, because yeah, they can request, but the thing is being a DJ or artist, so he'll be or maybe she'll be, they'll be preparing a particular set which has to be played, and definitely we guys spend a lot of time on it, like preparing a set and downloading music and listening to music. So that's the biggest challenge in the industry. So I request, like, whoever is watching right now, please don't go to DJ and request a song randomly, because he has his own set, he has his own unique sound and things like that.
As someone who pursued a music career, what advice would you give to students who are trying to figure out what career path to choose?
I would love to say that just focus on creating your unique sound. Uniqueness matters in this industry, because there are like hell lots of music, maybe like billions or millions. There are hell lots of music. So only thing matters is uniqueness in your music, or maybe what if it might be like a DJ set or maybe a music production. Uniqueness matters a lot. So if your sound, create your own sound, like signature sound, and put it out. Let people listen to it, so that people will start engaging to your music, and they'll start following it. Everybody, even I wanted to be a journalist when I used to study, like back in those days. Then later on, I skipped into music. So there is no particular course or something like that. There is a course which is having music institution right now. But in school and colleges, if they imply main thing, maybe a co-curricular activity or something like that towards music, if they give like at least 20% of interest on that, so that would make sense, because nowadays the youths are listening lots of music, and almost they can showcase their talent. Who knows, maybe you or maybe me, or someone else, like everybody got talent actually. So just need to explore it and find it, that's all.
In your opinion, what are the some of the biggest challenges that students face when it comes to choosing a career path?
Yeah, again, when it comes to Indian family, it's like very strict. Even I totally got into it when I was like, starting my career. I used to get lots of bad reviews, like, why are you getting into it? If there is no future or something like that. But when I literally, like, my dad and mom, they haven't even believed, like, I'll be going through these many things and I'll be making it. So when you start getting results in Indian family, so they'll start supporting you. So that's the one thing about Indian family. So everybody wants to become like engineer, doctor, or whatever it is. But to be honest, like if we start what we love a lot, that's where like you'll be having a peaceness and you'll be popping out as something unique in the entire world.
Have you ever had to make a difficult career decisions in your own life? How do you approach it?
So yeah, I had to go through lots. Like I said, like lots of consequences. When I started my career, people never used to support me. Eventually I just started working hard on that, so I never gave up. So I wanted to become a journalist, but then like everything got changed, and all of a sudden I got into DJing. And after this, like maybe 2 3 years or 4 years, like I totally struggled, and I changed my city. Like I come from a city where there is no clubs or something like that. So I can't just go and showcase my talent or something like that. So I just shifted to another city. I just dropped my college. I had to sacrifice my college as well. So meanwhile, I used to get the bookings like for small events as well. So I collected all those funds and things like that. So I started investing in music. I started getting my new deck, which was like 35 40K around those times. So it was Piney CDJ 200. I got my own decks. I started playing events, and later on, yeah, when the results started popping up, so eventually my family also supported me, and right now like they are like super happy for what I'm doing right now.
How important do you think it is for students to pursue their passion and interest when choosing a career path?
Again, talents matters a lot. So what I suggest is, whenever like they are in high school or maybe like uh, in their college, like +1 or +2, this because everybody got talent inside them, so they need to search for it, they need to find it. So when they do that, definitely they'll get a result, like what career path or maybe like what passion they can choose.
How can music and arts be used to help students explore different career options and develop the skills they need to succeed? Other than DJ, is there any other options for music?
Other options for music. See,
Yeah.
the music, it's like very large scale thing. So it has got various genres. When it comes like electronic, it's not only about like electronic music. So there is classical music, there is maybe like folk music. There are a lot like in music industry. So they can choose what they are up to, like whatever they need, whatever they're like totally interested into it.
What advice would you give to students who are feeling overwhelmed or unsure about their career path?
The thing is, like, you have a boundary set within you. You need to come, you need to just erase the boundaries, and you need to start doing it. It's not about like you can't do it or something like that. Definitely everybody got talent, and they can just come out of their comfort zone, and they can start doing things.
How much we can earn as a DJ?
So yeah, beginner you can earn like 20K, and it depends on the profile and social media presence what you have right now. Like in 2023, people definitely gonna look into social media presence.
If you have any suggestions or advices to viewers or students, those who are watching?
Yes, definitely. So what I'll try to say is, build your I mean build your surroundings and friends which are like more productive, and who gives you positive vibes, so that you can go through whatever you are loving to do. Like maybe if I'm a DJ, so again, it matters a lot. Like the people who are surrounded you within you, that matters a lot. So when they motivate you, you can go and do a lot of stuffs. But if you have a friends or like people around you like who are demotivating you or something like that, just cut it off. Just cut it off for no reason or whatever it is. Just cut it off and keep going, because when you grow up, your circle, you'll see a lot of changes. Like your circle literally becomes this small. It will be this large in the beginning, but when you start growing, it will be like this small. So if the people, like, if they are vibing with you, or if they are supporting you, just keep them. If not, just don't entertain your life, because you're the one who will be handling entire things, and there will be nobody else will be coming to your life, and keep things moving. So just keep going. So whatever talent you have, just find it yourself, just keep going. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank
I had a really good time. I really had a good time, and thank you so much for